Really weird and very creepy and quite ominous dark story coming out of the UK. Let's go ahead and put this up on the screen. So the BBC has apparently prepared secret scripts for possible use in winter blackouts. This is from The Guardian, and they got their hands on these scripts. They say exclusive scripts set out how corporation will reassure public in event of major power loss. Reminder that BBC is a government entity here. BBC prepares scripts that could be read on air if energy shortages cause blackouts or the loss of gas supplies this winter. They set out how they would reassure the public if internet access, banking systems, traffic lights, mobile phones fail across England, Wales, and Scotland. Apparently Northern Ireland unaffected because their electricity grid is shared with the Republic of Ireland. Public would be advised to use car radios or battery-powered receivers to listen to emergency broadcasts. One draft of these scripts says that the blackout could last for up to 2 days, with hospitals and police placed under, quote, extreme pressure. Another says the government has said it hopes the power will be restored in the next 36 to 48 hours. Different parts of Britain will start to receive intermittent supplies before then. You know, the reality of the situation right now is also weird. Like, they've talked about how the BBC would go and broadcast from their emergency broadcasting center, which is in some rural location that they won't acknowledge. Just very ominous and creepy details here. Now, politicians have been quick to reassure this is nothing to worry about. We're not going to face blackouts. We're ready for this. But independent analysts are much more concerned. So on Monday, the head of this organization called National Grid said that if everything that could go wrong did go wrong, there could be rolling blackouts between 4 and 7 p.m. on really, really cold days in January and February when wind speeds are too low to power turbines. The BBC's draft scenario suggests in a national blackout, it would run their operations out of that emergency broadcast center. So that's the reality of what's going on there. It sort of reminded me, Saagar, of remember when New York released that video of like,
video.
We don't know how it happened, but it's happened. There's a nuclear attack. Here's what you need to do. Sort of similar dystopian vibes.
Yeah, look, I don't know what to make of it. On the one hand, you could listen. I think that it is a very ominous sign that they felt the need to prepare. They are doing this specifically on the chance that Russia cuts off gas. I don't think they make the script unless there's actually a chance. And so, look, if you live in the UK or Germany or elsewhere, and you know, the UK is not even as reliant on Russian gas. So if BBC is creating a Russian gas blackout, script, I don't know what the hell is going on
in Germany. Yeah,
Deutsche Welle or whatever their newspaper, or whatever it's called. I'm like, we'll see. But it's an ominous sign. Krystal, when you pair it with the Nord Stream news, it's especially weird. As it gets colder across the continent.
The one last thing to say about this is not clear. I mean, the BBC is saying, yeah, of course, we prepare all these different scripts for all sorts of different contingencies, even if they're like outlandish, sort of trying to downplay this. Unclear whether they collaborated with the government on the drafting of these scripts, which is another important question, because as I was indicating, there are some specifics here of like quotes from the government and them reassuring, say, oh, we'll have it back on in 2 days. Like, how can you know that at this point in terms of what the government line would ultimately be? So anyway, that's the latest from there. Cable news is ripping us apart, dividing the country, making it impossible to function as a society, and making it impossible to know just what is true and what is false. But the good news is they are failing and they know it.
That is why we're building something new, a new mainstream, a healthier one, something more trustworthy, something that we are going to need in one of the most pivotal times in American history. We are building up here for the midterms, for the upcoming presidential election, but we need your help. So if you can help us out by becoming a premium member today at breakingpoints.com, we're trying to change America for the better and the entire world.
So what are you waiting for, guys? Go to breakingpoints.com and sign up and help us build a new mainstream.